Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Circle of the Seven Dice. We're here playing a little bit more Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition, and I'm going to hand it on over to Jeff for the intro.
All right. And I must say again, because it hasn't had time to just become kind of like normal for me yet, but I really dig this freaking intro that our D-Nemesis put together for this game.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to plug this up real quick or my iPad will die in the course of the game, and that would not be cool.
Although that intro makes me want to go hide under the bed or something. So.
All right. Last session, we had rousted the goblins and orcs in the sewers. They had surrendered to us. The orc tried to bargain for its freedom, claiming that there were worse things down here in the sewers than mere greenlings. However, Greyweird made fun of the captives, claiming that he would like to eat them. But the joke backfires as the prisoners flee in abject terror. This forces the party to chase the fleeing gobos. Greyweird is able to whip one in his best Indiana Jones style, while Seamus tackles another. However, one of the snotlings manages to get away, but we hear him encounter something deeper in the tunnels with a blood-curdling scream. The party decides not to go chasing off into the dark for something they are not yet getting paid for by contract, and take their current captives back up above to the rat catchers. The party is introduced to Araiklan Justice, as they are witness to the brutal execution of the goblin and the orc. Greyweird continues his habit of eating greeny parts, much to the chagrin of the others. We are also privy to the outstanding bureaucracy of the Empire, as they arrange to return to the sewers once more to clear out whatever else might be lurking below for another hefty payment. So, not wanting the trail to get too cold, the party immediately returns to the sewers. And after completing their business with the rat catchers, the group proceeds cautiously, checking for signs of the gobbo that got away, as well as anything that might have been able to assault the little creature or gobble it straight up, which was rewarded with the discovery of a goblin foot and a symbol marked in feces on the sewer wall. The horrible symbol is imbued with terrible magic that gives half the party the taint of corruption. It is the symbol of Nurgle, the lord of decay and pestilence. Odds are there is a cult down here, and so the group decides, you know what? Let's pull on back, do some healing, do some research over the next 3 days. Don't want to walk into anything completely blindsided. Greyweird manages to do some begging on the streets and also obtaining some street-level info, while Damian uses his higher position and status to learn that the Ubersreik has been overrun and rebuilt no less than 5 times in its history. Seamus heals up, making arrangements to join the local fighting pits, and LaDonna does some hunting before the group returns to the sewers. In time, they once again hear an awful sound, a chant of the name Nurgle. Coming to a large gap with a rickety bridge, Greyweird decides it would probably be best for the smallest and lightest of the group to cross first and make sure it can hold at least his weight, having the precaution of having somebody tie a rope around him, because and the chasm below is nothing but basically a river of piss and shit going out to sea or someplace.
Oh.
Well, things did not go quite well. There was some initial success before Greyweird fell off the bridge and right into the poop, only to be hauled back up, very unhappy with his life choices by Seamus. This was attempted.
Falling into a river of piss and shit will definitely make you question your life choices.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Make me question if I have my update with my shots too. So.
Unfortunately, penicillin has not yet been invented. And after subsequent trials, Greybeard falls in again, is thoroughly disgusted, and actually contracts sepsis from all the shit baths. And so he is technically feverish for the next 6 days. The party figures out that the best way across here without falling into the shit is going to be to just get down on all fours and crawl across. Which ended up being a benefit for the party, because as Lanata is crawling across the bridge in the lead, she notices that there is something amiss. And when Greybeard uses his whip to affix himself to the bridge, he peers underneath and discovers that this is the trigger for a spike trap. And finding out that the bridge is booby-trapped, both of these parallel bridges are booby-trapped, the party moves on, able to deftly avoid them. So, if not for the shit bath, who knows? But still, there had to have been another way.
Let's not gloss over the fact that there was also a magic symbol made of shit. I've never come across that before. I had to point that out.
No, not. But, I guess Seamus, not wanting Greybeard to feel alone, felt obliged to fall into the shit at least once himself. So now there's 2 muck-encrusted party members.
That's why it happened. I'm a team player. That's why I did it.
Oh, totally.
That's right. Yeah.
He took one for the team.
Yeah, that's right.
Total bro code move, man. Proceeding forward, the party encounters the cultists of Nurgle, who are performing horrible mutations on helpless victims with their strange rites. Battle is soon joined, and the cultists attack physically with magic and with a monstrosity they have created from some poor soul. The battle is fierce and disgusting as Seamus gets some tongue from the monster, and Greybeard is stabbed in the gut, and while he experiences his first wizard's duel in the process, discovering both the profit and pitfalls of magical casting. In the end, our heroes prevail and slay all of the vile cultists. They also discover the missing goblin bound to a table, severely mutilated by the cultists. Greybeard apologizes to the goblin about the joke that led him to this sorry fate, before dispatching him. A horrible tome of magic is also discovered that whispers to Greybeard, promising him powers of pestilence. And, taking up the book, once they get back to the shit chasm, Greybeard disposes of it properly. See you later. They cross the rickety bridge. The party returns to the surface to make their report to the rat catchers and collect their hard-won earnings. The rat catchers are surprised to hear about the goings-on beneath their very feet and immediately call in a witch finder to make sure the party is not marred by corruption. Greybeard, being a secret witch, stealthily uses his magic to divest himself of any magical aura momentarily and avoids detection by the witch finders. And thus... Yes?
He hid behind Seamus. Seamus helped hide him.
I didn't say how, I just said he was stealthily, so... Hiding behind Seamus's kilt, and also with LaDonna's help, or is it Lanata? Lanata's help. Seamus is able to avoid detection by the witch finders. With that, our party goes off to lick their wounds. Some of us bathe furiously.
Yeah, we're not all Bjorn.
Yes, we're not all Bjorn. And consider what move is next to be made, although Greybeard is still pushing for a party name of, let's see, what was it, Bob and the Blind Beggars?
Something like that.
Something ridiculous that everybody else completely rejected at the time. But hey, he's got to try, because as he so eloquently pointed out, he's not bait, he's the entertainment. continuing his roots as a black beggar.
What was
So
that,
that's
Jen?
how things over to.
Why not call them shit kickers based on our last experience?
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. I don't know
It
if
is
the
better than what Ilario would come up with, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know if our elf and our duelist would be into that, but
Probably not.
Greyweird could get behind that. And so I turn it over to you, D Nemesis.
All right. So if I remember correctly, Seamus is still going to be sick for a few more days, but it's healed up.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And everybody else has been going about their business. And we have been spending some downtime training and recollecting ourselves or healing, a variety of different things. And
There was one thing. I mean, if we're going to talk about the days of rest there a minute, I did get my wounds back a little quicker, and if there is time, I would like to do a pit fight.
sure, there's always time for pit fighting.
Yeah, I'll probably do some work too, since I haven't really done a whole lot since we started.
Would you like to?
There's also always time. There's also always time for lube. Name that movie quote again.
Mm.
Do you want to do an actual pit fight, or do you want to just earn some money? I guess that's the question I have. So.
For the sake of brevity, how about we just say I did a pit fight?
All right, I will let each of you go ahead and give me a roll to earn some money, because you've had plenty of time to earn money while also advancing skills and recollecting what you were doing and thinking about your experiences and applying those experiences to new skills and talents. So it's funny how that works. D100, get out of here. No, it is 1 week, so it would be. Let's see. What are you, brass 3? What is your rank? I can look.
Brass 4.
You're brass 4. Ooh, look at you. It is 4d10 shillings, or not shillings. Excuse me, pennies. So.
All right. I'm silver 3. What do I have to roll?
It's 1 week, so 3d10.
Okay.
DM, given as I am both severely wounded and sick, I don't suppose I can partake in this, can I?
That is a
Probably
pylon
not.
roll.
You need
All right.
you need bed rest and to cure your sickness and also your wounds. So
Works for me.
What would be brass 2?
so you would be 2d10 pennies. So Mike, you earned you were able to win several fights going through. It doesn't pay as well as you might have liked it to, but you earn a fair amount of coin and get 20 pennies for your fights. You also get a chipped tooth, but that comes with the territory. So
It just improves my smile.
yes,
But you also forgot to mention how much poon he gets for being a boss.
yes, he does.
That's right. That's right.
And you notice that the lingering smell in your skin helped you in your fight, as no one wanted to grapple you. So.
Where's the money at?
If you look under the combat tab, it's on the left side under wealth.
Ah, there it is. All right. So
And
that
you
puts me at
earned-
106 then.
Yeah, 106 brass pennies, and you can convert that to silver or whatever it is you want to do.
if
Steve,
you click those up arrows, it'll convert it.
Yep.
and it'll take it down as well. So if you want.
All right.
Steve, you traipse your way back to the castle or to the main manor house for the Lord of Ubersreik reluctantly. And you do have a quarters there because you are a courtier, expressly dispatched there from Altdorf. As you get there, there is a rather rude sign on the door that says something about slumming it in the lower quarter. There's also several notes there for 2 rather bratty children that you tutor, and you give them tutoring. Unfortunately, one of the lords stiffs you on your pay, saying that you were supposed to be there a day before. You are sure that this is not correct, but you don't bring it up because you can't afford to lose any clients at this point. So you earn 6 silver shillings for the week, even though you think you should have earned quite a bit more.
By the way, Nem, with
Yep.
as much as I love looking at your forehead,
It's a sexy forehead.
that's
is
right,
the-
damn sexy forehead.
It's the Klingon way of mating, so there it is.
It's the dire dome of DMing.
Yes. Let's see. Jen, you go out into the woods and you put in several days out alone in the woods. In fact, you're quite happy about it. All of this talking and interacting, even with creatures that you're killing, it's just been a bit too much for you. So you retreat out into the forest, into these areas that make you feel better about yourself. You feel more at home, more yourself out there. And you were able to get several skins and also obtain some alchemical components for some wizards or alchemists in town. But coming back, it seems that you too have also got a little bit of the stink of pit fighter and halfling about you. And although people are willing to buy your goods, they don't pay you what they normally would, as there have been some sordid rumors about who you've been hanging out with. And so you only make 4 brass pennies from your sales for the week.
Damn.
I also have this letter that we found about one of the guards that went down, and I believe he was a member of the court.
Correct?
I would
So-
like. Where would I go to give that to the people who would need to know?
Well, you have a couple choices. You could turn it into the town guards and hope that they eventually get back to you with whatever the information is.
On that.
You could try and go to the manor yourself and speak to somebody about it, and we could go through that. Or you could give it to somebody who has access to the nobles that you might know, and see if they are able to get any information or a reward or something. So
I will contact our local noble in our
Okay.
group,
Yes.
and I will give him this and discuss the best way to return this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, where would be the right place to go?
you approach a courtier that you work with, one who is a native to Ubersreik and who also has contacts in the local guard, and inform them that you have this. He kind of yes, Cookie, I understand. He looks rather disdainfully at you. Go ahead and give me a. I'm sorry, the dog's talking to me, and she's completely thrown me off there for a moment. And oppose.
The stink offends her.
That's funny.
Looking for the right skill at the moment.
Okay.
Does he have a charm or intimidate?
I
Yeah.
do have charm.
Go for intimidate.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not so good at intimidate, but I can try that.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an intimidate roll.
Oh, I know that's what was needed.
Marginal success at 23.
And I will also do an intimidate roll. Just gotta find an NPC to roll on. Because because you've done the one thing I wasn't ready for. So. Well, let me roll a d100 and see what I get first of all.
Yep. Yeah, I think I won that one.
Yeah. So, at first you are speaking to him and he's looking down his nose at you. He goes, "Oh, really? What have you found there? Please, a stallion, don't bother me with these types of things." But you're quite insistent. You have a more of a steely look about you since you've gone down into the sewers and come back up, and you don't take no for an answer. Eventually he relents and takes a letter from you promising that he'll get back to you. And he does, surprisingly enough. The next day he gets back to you and says that the boy in question had disappeared after, and he looks at you, obviously wanting to still sneer a little bit, slumming it down in the lower quarters himself, and had gone missing after eventually being in some sort of romantic entanglement down in the lower quarter, and that his father was most thankful, and he hands you 1 gold crown as reward for finding what happened to his father or his son.
Yeah, no problem. So I'll go back and tell Lenata what happened, and we'll figure out how to split the gold crown.
So, we're all making jump change. She gives a little bit of a tip, and she gets a gold piece.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Which would be,
Who you know?
I think a gold crown is 120 brass pennies. So
Right? You know how many fights
All
I've
right.
had
So
to go in for
that would be 30 brass pennies each.
Yeah. So you could add, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me double check. That.
I'm a peasant. I'm never getting gold unless I steal it off somebody.
I while I am partially complaining about my lower status, I'm also respecting the game of Damian there.
It's even worse than that, Seamus. 1 gold crown is 240 brass pennies. So you each get 60 brass pennies. So
cool.
Wow.
Oh, he's sharing. Man, that is very generous.
So
yeah,
at least 3 weeks worth of fighting for you for information about some kid. So.
Well, I mean, Lenata presented it to me. I think she deserves a cut, and since this is a group effort, I think it's a group reward. So,
well, I appreciate it.
All right. Meanwhile, I've got WWE dog style here in the bedroom. As my dog.
Sorry. It was 30 a piece, right? Is that what
No, 60.
60.
Yeah.
Okay.
60 brass pennies a piece. So, so the 4 of you have been meeting each other again, your nightly meetings, but a week to a 10-day has gone by as you have been working and doing your variety of tasks to experience. Greyweird, you have been looking around for someone who could teach you spells, but at this point you have been unable to find anyone. But you do hear tell that there is a new acrobat troupe that has pulled into town, and there are whispers that there are those among them who might delve in those types of.
Yeah, because when I'm well enough to actually get out and beg and gossip with the other beggars, I kind of floated out there that there's like somebody who was like really rude to me or stiff me because of my blind act.
Mm-hmm.
They just like for funsies kind of dropped like a lead slug in my cup instead of like an actual penny.
Well, word is that the witch hunters have been paying particular attention to these acrobats and this carnival troupe since they've been in town. And the whispers among the beggars is that there are those amongst them who wield the nefarious powers.
This is cover story. I'm actually looking for somebody because I want to hex that asshole.
Okay.
Give him some bad luck.
And so the night before, the four of you had been talking, and each of you has been hard at work. You've been pinching your pennies or your silver shillings, as it were. And knowing that Greyweird was coming to the market anyway, you decided to meet him in the market this fine morning to do some shopping and looking around. So that's where we open up our adventure this day. It is now winter in the city of Ubersreik. Fall has passed during the time that you have been working or adventuring. It was late fall anyway. The rain is falling steadily, but as typical in the Empire, especially here in the Ubersreik, it is a bright rain. It is a shining rain. So it is a shiny morning with rain coming down like manna from heaven as you approach the marketplace. So that is where you are in the street at the moment. And I will let you walk around and look around if you wish. And you can do some shopping, or there are shopkeepers that you could talk to. You let me know where you would like to go and what you would like to look for.
It might help if I could move my token.
You move your token?
Yeah, I can move him.
Let me zoom out. Where was my token?
That's
at?
because it didn't assign it to your character.
No, been there, done that.
That would help, yeah.
Yep, same issue. Can't move mine.
I'm trying to find. Oh, there we are.
Hold on. God bless it.
Same issue.
Yeah, this happened in the Marvel game. Remember, like you guys' tokens got unassigned somehow.
And it's not even allowing me to assign character sheets to it.
I've explained this before. Murphy has it out for me. He always has. And when I make friends with other people, he then attacks them too. So you guys are kind of being screwed because of me here.
All right, we've got to get him and Jackie Daytona.
Yep.
Both treacherous.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right, give me a second. I'm just going to take these off and try this again.
That is weird. I can't
See me off.
click on my token, but I could click on one person's token, but nobody else's. It's like I had permission on somebody else's token.
Character. Seamus.
Is it Jen's by any chance?
Say.
He pulled him off before I could see who it was.
Damien.
Alright.
What? This is insane.
Insane in the membrane?
Yes.
Staying in the brain.
And that's serious.
Yeah, I still can't move that guy.
Wait, give me a second.
Oh, okay.
There. And Lenata.
Oh, success.
I gotta assign Lenata.
Okay, now I can move it. All right.
And Lenata. There we go. All right, you should be able to move yourselves now.
All right.
And big.
I'm currently moving myself right now.
Great.
That's a little weird the way you say it.
That sounds a little bit like Deadpool. I'm touching myself right now.
All right, as you approach this intersection here, you can see that the acrobat troupe, several of the acrobats are performing in front of this shop right here. There are acrobats in this area at the moment. I'm not going to put them on the map, but they are there. Just imagine they are. The shop in front of you is it says it is called Heskey's Dragon Glass. Dragon Glass Gauntlets for Everyone is the name on the shop. Meanwhile, the shop across the way is a small alchemical shop.
Interesting.
I can't even afford the tax they put on air around here, so
Yeah.
Yeah, can't really see a use for dragon glass, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need anything alchemical,
There's a
and I don't
woman.
need any dragon glass.
There's a woman out front of Heskey's Dragon Glass who is inviting people inside. You see that she's missing an eye, but in its place is a gold glass eye. And she points to it, tapping it every now and then. That's right, folks. I make it all. I even make my own eyeballs. Come on in and get Heskey's Dragon Glass eyes. They're the best goblets that you'll ever find. Affordable. I guarantee it. Come in. Let's haggle. You know you want to buy it. Heskey's Dragon Glass goblets.
Rocket Raccoon's gonna want that eye.
Yeah, yeah,
But he will come back with a big toe first.
yeah. It reminds me a little bit of Cable's bionic eye.
It does kind of, huh?
And you don't have to move if you don't want to, but I will say that wandering around this marketplace area, you find that this is one of the central marketplaces down in the lower quarters, and it is got every shop that you could possibly want and look for. So, including these specialty shops like Heskey's Dragon Glass.
Just out of just out of curiosity, having been here for a minute, what is the criminal code? What's the penalty for thievery?
What is the penalty for thievery? It depends on what you thieve, what you steal, and who you steal it from.
And how caught you are.
Yes.
In a place like this, I imagine you lose your hands.
That's kind of what I was.
Stealing
Lose a
food,
finger, lose a hand, or what the deal is.
stealing food from a poor vendor can be anything from lashes to imprisonment for some amount of time, or stealing anything from a poor vendor can be anything from lashes to imprisonment. Stealing something from a noble usually ranges from imprisonment to getting your hands cut off to possibly even execution.
Sounds about
All
right.
right, I just need to know the ground rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not that I would ever do such a thing.
Yes. So it really depends, and it depends on who is administering your justice and what side of the bed they woke up on that day as well. So
And how racist they are, which usually is a lot around here.
Once again, it's very Game of Thrones in here.
So I guess I'll ask real quick before we continue on. This is your time to shop and buy anything. Is there anything that anybody is looking for in particular?
I'd like to see if there's anything I can get maybe that might be better than knuckle dusters. Also, I would like to comment that you look a lot like Wilson from Home Improvement.
He keeps.
my camera.
That's so funny.
The stand for my camera thing is like worn out and it won't stay. And
The dome demands attention. Don't lie.
It was kind of cool, actually. It was like right off at the nose. It was just like Wilson.
well, you see, Tim. All right.
Where can I get? Is that in the book? The list of weapons?
Yes.
All right. Let me bust that out and see what I can find in there.
I'd like to look for some more armor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
So if you guys want to look, and the way this works is that if you want to take a little bit of time, look in the book real quick on what you want to buy. Let me know, but you can always haggle on prices as well. So,
like you're probably looking for the consumer's guide, which is page 288. I'm betting that's where the stuff is.
Okay. Thank you. Let's try.
Welcome.
288.
Mm-hmm.
Consumer's Guide. Trappings list. Okay, here we go. Weapons, page 293. 293. There we go.
Now, if it doesn't have anything beside the price, does that mean it's silver? I see gold coin.
What are you looking at?
Like the leather armor. It's got like 12 with a slash beside it. The leather jacket.
If it just says 12, yeah, that's 12 gold coins. So
Okay, because that was like some of the things when we're
Yeah, I can
initially
change that.
buying our kit. Like some things had split values for prices. I didn't understand what that meant.
it depends. So D, if it has a D next to it, that's shillings. But if it's like 10/5, that usually means like 10 silver, 5 brass pennies. So if it has 3 numbers, that would be, I don't think there are many like that. That would be like 1 gold coin.
Silver, gold, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I figured. I might be able to afford a Kleenex if they're selling them.
Well, it looks like I could get, because the leather jacket and the leather leggings are both silver, and it looks like I could get both of those. With,
You want to save up 10 gold to get that elven bow.
Yeah.
How many years
yeah,
is
but
it?
I
Save
also
up
need
10 gold.
I also need to get some better armor. I have no armor.
At least you get to wear armor.
So
Yeah, I could get a shield, a buckler.
I
So you
imagine she wants that arrow before she turns like 600.
you want to get leather jack and what?
The leather jacket because it covers the arms and body, and leather leggings for the legs.
Okay. So you're shopping around, the 4 of you walking around and looking, and you eventually see a leather worker who has a new set of a leather jacket and leather jerkins. It looks like they would probably fit you. You go in, and there's a halfling behind the counter, believe it or not. He perks up. He's like, my lady, I see that you are in the shopping for some fine leather goods. Are we shopping for pleasure or for work?
Yes.
This place.
For work.
I saw that you were eyeing my armor, and that could always be worn for pleasure, depending on who it is you're entertaining. I kid myself. I kid. But I had an uncle who did that as well. So, but nevertheless, you don't want to hear about.
You want to trade stories about aunts and uncles? I've got some doozies.
Oh yes, come on in. I will treat you to some halfling mutton stew, which also has a little bit of this and that, if you know what I mean, and we can trade stories later. I like titillating adventures.
I'd like to get in on that. I got a few stories about Greybeard's aunt.
Yes. I love myself some tales of ribaldry. Oh my! So,
And how do you haggle?
it is an opposed haggle roll, so you should see haggle on your character sheet. Stop it, Speedy.
I know I get that at some point, but I'm not sure I have it just yet. Oh, I do, but it's very low.
It's not haggle, it's hoggle.
And if I had anything I didn't sell that I think people might like, I'd throw that in to lower the price too.
Okay. Haggling would affect the sell price that you could sell it for as well. So,
what's your haggle at, Jen?
My haggle is at 24.
So go ahead and
sounds good.
If you don't mind, hey, pardon me. Maybe you should leave this to someone a bit more experienced.
Oh, the halfling behind the counter fiddles his fingers again. This is almost like foreplay. It's so exciting.
I know, right? I've already got tingles. My nips are putting hard with excitement, they is.
You too, huh? Well, perhaps I'll invite you back to the back for more than meat stew later.
A little tube steak, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for the jingle janks.
just kind of gesturing at these folks like, haggling, you must understand, is a fine art amongst our folk. It almost is really like full play. Now,
What's the listed price for leather jack and leather leggings?
Let's see. Leather jack it's got 12 slash and then a dash, and then the leggings are 14 with a slash and a dash.
So that's silver. So yeah, so that's 12 silver, 14 silver. So 26 silver total. So he looks at you as like, so for the jack and the leggings, master, I didn't get your name. I'm sorry. I was so entranced by your eyes. So
whose eyes?
your eyes.
Oh, I'm wearing my blind beggar gear.
I know, but I was imagining what they would look like once I unwound it from your head.
Right.
And he leads in. He leads in. Don't bullshit a bullshitter, my friend. You can see just fine.
I'm just subtly taking a step back.
See, my friends here, they're doing all right by me. You know how it is. We got to find our way, true? We're the short one. We get the short end of the stick. So they take care of me. I need to take care of them. So
I understand completely. And so I will offer you this wonderful armor that I have made through the sweat and toil of my own blood tears.
I believe I see sweat stains on it. I'm so believing you.
For 32 silver total. You're stealing it. You're taking it from me.
Oh, I mean that is a good price. I do agree. That is, he's being right generous. He is. But I mean, these blokes, they're surprisingly kind to one of us little ones. These big feeders here. I don't know if I'll find another lot that can treat me this well if I can't do my part.
I'm doing my part.
Well,
would you like to know more?
Why don't you offer me what you think it is worth that you would pay for this wonderful leather equipment that I have created?
What's the initial price on it?
The what it's actually worth would be altogether 26 silver. So
wait, 26
he asked
silver
for
and
36.
The price to 32?
Yes.
Oh, he really is playing the game. I mean, it's good quality workmanship and all, but market price is market price, and
don't forget the discount for the sweat stains now. I mean,
who is this tall drink of water who is speaking up? Look at his muscles. Oh my goodness.
He's a pit fighter and a good one. If you give us a little hookup here, you could probably make a fair amount of coin betting on this one.
I bet we could. Plus, if he wants to make a little more coin, I know my grandmother has been looking for a roll in the hay with a pit fighter like him.
Hey, you up for that?
I'm going to get back to you on that.
Oh,
little snow on the mountain doesn't mean there's not fire down below. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, the offer on the table for me currently is 32 silver. I am still waiting to hear what it is that you think this incredible item, which I consider a family heirloom, I took so much care in making it, is worth.
All right. Who'd you steal it from?
I made it.
I'm sorry. You said family heirloom.
Yes.
Remember, don't bullshit a bullshitter. We're the same, right? I know how things.
He waits at you. He goes, I made it.
Technically, something has to be heired to someone in order to be an heirloom. You can't have made it and be an heirloom.
What? And he whispers. He's like, let your friend know to just keep the voice down. The guards are walking around. When I say I made it, it means there are different ways of making it, if you know what I mean.
No, I understand. You and I, we're here. I've got you.
But seeing as how you understand, and the look that I have seen from your fighting friend is so wonderful, and the dogs are barking in agreement with all of this. I will bring the price down to 28 silver. You're stealing from me. You're taking the mouth out of the children that I don't have. You're feud out of the mouths of the children that I don't even have yet.
I'm having total recall flashbacks. I got 5 kids to feed.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Did I say
I'll lean
4? I
down.
mean 5.
I'll lean down and whisper to our blind, quote unquote, friend and say, "Where does he get his skins from? I could hook him up with some."
Oh, you know what? That is an excellent proposal. You see, the lady here, she's a hunter. Hunters bring in skin. Good leather, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do a little bit of horse trading after all, eh?
Perhaps this sounds wonderful. If she would bring her skins and sell to me, we could make a deal. We could knock some of the price off. If she would guarantee that I have income coming in, or at least materials coming in for me to make things for real, which is not something I'm used to, but I could do it. Yes, I can. Most people don't want to trade with a halfling. They're afraid to come in here. They're always holding onto their purse, which is very, very hurtful to me. You know what it's like.
You see, you and I, we've got a connection now. And let me tell you, these folks here, they're the adventuring soul, right? So they're going to need upgrades as they establish themselves.
He
We
looks
gotta fight.
He looks over at Lenata and looks her up and down for a second, and it's a little uncomfortable for Moses. And she be bringing in the skins whenever she has to sell them.
Aye.
If I have any on me, I'll show him.
Oh, yes, we can work with this. Why don't you your way of negotiating is much different. Most times people give me a number, but then we haggle from there. But I see you are talking me down in unique ways. So let me think this over for a moment.
I like to think out of the box.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a haggle check? We'll do
All right.
opposed haggles here.
All right, so I did just I click on the haggle. Is that how it works?
Yep.
Did it roll? I didn't hear it roll.
I roll. I didn't see you roll.
Let's
I
see.
clicked on the skill. Maybe I need to click on something else near the skill.
If you click on the skill, it should bring up the thing to say what like the challenge rating stuff is.
Yeah.
Now, like, because I'm on the main sheet where the skill is, or do I need to go elsewhere?
No, on the main sheet, it should work that way.
Now a little bar will come up on the screen. That's what it did when I hit it.
Okay, because I've got my character sheet in my game window on 2 different things. Okay, here we go. Submit.
And
Ooh,
for
nice.
role play, I'm going to give you +2 SL as well.
Nice.
So that means you have 4 successes, and I rolled an 84, which is a failure. So he goes, you know, you have touched me, all of you, and you have made my day. I'm going to have to go spend some alone time in the back later, but we won't talk about that. I'll be thinking about big Seamus over there, though. I'll let you know that right off the bat. But
It's like just kind of lean in, like, you know, when he's fighting in the pits, he gets all glistening and he ripples.
you hear a feminine scream come out, and an older halfling female that looks a lot like this guy comes out, and she's looking at Seamus with her eyes wide, and she begins stroking his arm. Oh,
You're a
Grandma,
fan club, Seamus.
Grandma, Angelou, this is Seamus McDuffie. He's going to be your friend, from what I have heard.
Oh.
And go for this.
But you have brought such joy to my family. In fact, I think all of my cousins and sisters and my brothers maybe perhaps want to meet all of you, but that'll be for another time. But I could say that she'll bring the skins to sell here exclusively.
I'm like elbowing Seamus and like the just above the knee is like, hey mate, once you go half, you got to give him the shaft.
Let me see.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know.
Say
Say
no
no
more.
more. Say no more.
I can part with all of this for 10 silver.
Wow.
That,
Interesting.
milady, is a bargain.
I'll nod my head yes. And
Very
I'll
well.
put, of course, my blind friend here will negotiate all the furs I give to him to bring to you.
Of course, I would expect no less. And of course, we will be having halfling meat stew and ale and all of the trimmings every time he comes in, because I appreciate knowing that there is enough halfling out there who is so in touch with our culture.
I'll
So-
tell you what. I got a deal for you.
Yes.
You throw in a piece of that leather armor for me, and I'll show your grandma here a good time.
Whoa!
What, the leather leggings? You already have a leather jack, right? So
Yep.
Mhm.
he's like, whoa. Grandma's like, so and she takes Seamus by the hand. She's like, I will put the leather leggings and try them on for him. I will size them for him right now.
He's got to earn them things.
A few moments later, for some reason, pots and pans start falling off the walls.
I'm just over at the door with my ear pressed against it.
Yeah.
Other things.
Yeah, that's a step right there.
Why don't you give me an endurance check there?
No, man,
Endurance check.
calling the shopkeeper over to like listen with me. Is there a keyhole?
All right. Endurance. There it is.
Service with a smile.
Yeah.
That's right. Is
You-
this
you
like
know
some Klingon loving? I need an endurance check.
Oh my lord.
Impressive success.
Yeah.
Mike, I think Mike, I think you just became the Zohan.
You are the Zohan.
So since I already have this leather jerkin and I'm trading up to the jack, if I gave him the body armor I have, which is 10, would he take that in lieu of the silver?
Yes. He is so happy with how happy Grandma is that he is more than happy to do that. So, and Grandma comes out walking funny and is followed by several other halflings who are all looking at Seamus. Seamus, you better get out of here, or you're going to have a new profession. So,
Where do I put the leather, the armor point?
I will
On the
put
leg?
put that on you right now. So,
Okay.
Oh, and are there any females amongst the halflings?
oh yeah,
And by the way, ladies, if you want to pick on someone your own size, just let me know.
they appear only too willing, but lest this game becomes something else, we will move on from that.
Yes.
So, all
I
right.
didn't want to here, but he just had to throw that out.
Let's see, leather leggings. I will add those to you, and you are wearing them. So now you have armor on your legs. That should be there. That's Seamus. And then Lanata.
Am I multi-classing as a slut now?
Yes, you are.
The thing in the leggings,
Well, it is the world's oldest profession, you know.
the leggings all slide on pretty easily since you've been lubricated now.
I didn't have that on my list of things I was doing today, but there it is.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
All right, and then
This is
we're
a family game.
leather jack as well. Oh, not leather L jack.
Maybe if just the rest of you were in it, but if I'm in a show, it's probably a good chance it's not going to be a family show.
All right,
we dropped too many F-bombs for it to be a family show.
Yeah.
We don't even hit PG-13.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
You only
And
keep that.
And yeah, that jerkin was given to them in lieu of the silver.
I'm
Yeah,
taking
that
note.
earned with some jerkin.
Hmm.
All right. So you should have leather leggings and leather jack on now.
All right.
All right. I need to
Real
let the
talk.
dog out real quick. Give me a minute. I will be right back.
Sure.
Real talk, Grandma wasn't too bad.
Yes. Grandma thought she was going to pound you into the floor, and you left her walking bow legs. So
Look,
Yeah.
it's a little-known secret, but
Yeah.
if you're not a halfling, you don't know this. But like, let me tell you, the libido just escalates the older we get. And let me tell you, the old ones, they got all the experience, mate.
All right, Deanna Troy.
All right, you
Yeah.
nailed me on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not doubled, it's quadrupled, miss.
Hmm.
Yeah, halfling birds are not to be taken lightly.
I guess not. I had to stuff a shirt down my pants to stop the straight chafing.
I was about to say, hey, do you need a juice box to get your energy back up?
I know. Can I get a Gatorade or something?
Yeah. Maybe we should buy some jerky around here. Replenish them red blood cells.
they'll give you something. So. All right. So everybody is sad to see you leave the leather workers, but everybody seems to be satisfied one way or the other. So.
In every sense of the word.
Yeah. Any place else that you'd like to go, that you'd like to just deploy your favors on? So
Let's see. You said there was like an alchemy shop nearby.
yes.
Just right over there. Right over across the.
Yeah,
I guess
I'll
we're not
wander
over
in
here
there.
anymore.
Curious.
Okay. You wander into the alchemy shop, and there's a bent old lady. She is wearing. She's blind in one eye. She kind of has sticks and things in her hair. She's got some bird poop on her shoulder, and she's got mildew and plant ferns and all this stuff all over her hands and her clothes. And she comes out and she's like, "Hey, well, what can I do for you, Mr. Halfling? This is not the usual clientele I get. In fact, I don't get many people in here at all. They think that alchemy is the dark art. Ooh, scary and mysterious, isn't it? But no, your kind is usually more interested in cooking. What can I do for you? This is quite interesting to see you in here."
Well, you know, I'm an outside the box kind of gent, right? I got a peculiar taste, some might say. And I don't know. I thought I'd sniff about here and see if I smelled anything interesting. It might spice up things.
Would you say, as a matter of labeling, that your tastes are weird?
Indeed.
Are they great?
Great.
Yes.
Well put.
Well, what can I get you? What exactly is it you're looking for, Mr. Halfling?
Well, looking's an interesting turn of phrase, but still, 'cause I'm still keeping up my pretense.
She looks at you a little more closely, a little more discerning. You almost feel like her blind eye is not so blind as she kind of looks through you for a moment. She's like, "I have a feeling you might be able to see many things."
You know what they say. Extraordinary development of senses if one is less than it should be.
Indeed. Indeed. I could hear extraordinary development of certain other things for people who are less than what they could be from all the way down the street.
That's right.
It is
Tell your
like-
friends.
Did he give you a good price on the armor at least, young lady?
I got a great price on the armor. I don't know about the rest of you.
Oh, you with him or with Grandma?
Grandma.
Oh, okay. Good. She needed. Well, I'll talk to her about it later. I'm sure I'll hear all about it.
Oh, you most definitely will.
The history books will hear about what I did in there.
I'm sure they gossip like old hens in this neighborhood.
So, I mean, as you said, you're merely an herbalist or an alchemist, and the rubes think it's part of the dark arts and all that. I mean, not that I think you would know anything about such things. It's not like maybe you might be a hedge witch or something.
Oh, heaven forbid I was a hedge witch. No, no, no. No, now in my old age, I content myself to alchemy.
Ah, now in your old age.
Yes.
But maybe another lifetime ago.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about. As age comes, the mind fogs, if you know what I'm saying. But I will say that brass and silver help me recollect at times.
That is understanding. There must be some alchemical properties about brass and silver that just kind of stimulate.
I believe they do. They make you feel young at heart, to go back to those things that you enjoyed so much in your youth.
That was a big drop.
I'll reach out into my bag and how much do I want to pull out?
Are you going to do a Jim Morrison? Nobody gets the Jim Morrison reference?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Sorry.
He
that one.
he pulled his cock out on stage at a concert.
That surprised me.
Who has it?
That does sound like a very Jim Morrison thing.
There is this
Remember?
debate on whether or not it was just his hand, but
Yeah.
either
Well,
way,
he wanted
was
to break
charged
on
for
through to the other side. So
it. Yep.
I fully believe he probably whipped out the real thing.
I wouldn't doubt it.
How many pennies make up a silver?
It is 12 because it's 20 silver makes up the gold.
Okay. I'll pull out 10 pennies. No, 9 pennies to start with. Just start kind of like rolling them across my knuckles.
9 friends. I see. Well, your 9 brass friends are very nice. But normally, I look for the 2 silver moons in the sky to give me inspiration, if you know what I am saying.
But 2 silver moons full bloom at the same time. That's pretty rare, I understand. But maybe, and with a little bit of a sleight of hand trick, there are now 5 pennies rolling across my knuckles and 1 silver with them.
She kind of does something with her hands as well. And the silver you had, unless you're going to resist it, is in her hand. She's like, I believe I would take 1 silver in return for first dibs on payment on any interesting items that you find of an alchemical nature.
That seems interesting. But I was also wondering, I mean, if you might be aware of anybody who does know, kind of like look around since she already kind of knows the deal. if somebody would say, not strictly within the boundaries of
Mm,
magical,
are you
I'd be
saying?
I'd be interested in getting to know such a person. Like I bet they have many interesting stories to tell.
I'm sure that they do. But dear boy, I thought that's what we were already talking about.
All right, I was trying to be cagey about it, but yeah,
As much as I love good foreplay, but it's been a while. Uh,
Seamus,
I
you're
look
up.
over at Seamus. Yeah.
I think she's saying a little less conversation, a little more action.
she
Yeah.
looks at Seamus and points to the door for you to shut the door.
Okay. I'll shut the door.
She's like,
It's all right, mate. It's all right.
she pockets the silver and goes, "So, what can an alchemist who may or may not have been a hedge witch in the past do for you? I've heard tale of a halfling who just may have an aura about him which is not exactly right. But who am I to judge?
Well, you know, you know much about Markine, about the stories, how we came to be, rumors, legends.
No. Every time that I've gotten around the halfling, conversation hasn't been the first thing on my mind, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Halflings usually get that.
Shop owners around here are both really savvy and extremely horny.
I mean, everybody knows halflings can't practice magic, and yet we're kind of magical. Things kind of find their way to us, and I don't mean the normal sort of way you think about us.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something there.
Oh,
But
yes, there is something there.
it is entirely possible that perhaps there is a 1 in a million chance that maybe one halfling actually has something of the talent, eh?
Indeed.
And said halfling would be interested in reaching his full potential.
Oh, yes. I'm sure that he would want to reach his full potential. Or said halfling would.
Of course, hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, of course. She leans in.
Yeah.
And speaks to you in Dar.
Oh,
So, what is it that you wish to learn?
right now, I only know petty magic and one spell that allows me to avoid the witch hunters, to hide my presence. But once you get a taste of the magic, you hunger for more, don't you?
Well, yes. Look, what is it that you wish? What kind of effect are you looking for? Obviously, for obvious reasons, I don't keep much written down, but I am willing to part with some secrets.
I need to be able to either, and it's stupid. I didn't even think about which spells. I didn't know how involved this was going to be.
Don't worry about it. So let's just say that you tell her you want 2 spells.
I'll say like some things like would always be advantageous to be able to defend myself properly, but it'd also be advantageous to be, well, maybe to befuddle people, to change their perceptions.
Ah, well, let me ask you this. I can give you what you're looking for, young halfling, but do you want to go walking about the marketplace with magic written down? Or would you like me to send it somewhere or give it to you a different time?
Yeah, I want to be as properly discreet as I can.
Very well.
Because, as you might understand, a halfling who knows magic, being the oddity that it would be, would they be taken into the wizard's tower, forced into the military? Or would they be dissected to see how the hell they even happen to have magic?
Oh no, you would be burned at the stake. I mean, you're a halfling after all. We can't have halflings doing magic. The witch hunters could never allow that, could they?
But still, steak. It's not too bad, right?
Mm.
See, that's the thing, though. I don't think they quite appreciate what
Oh
exactly.
no, they appreciate it just like they appreciate the common folk using magic like us as well. Why do you think they don't want us to use magic? Is it
It's
are the
fear.
wizards in the high towers any less likely to be corrupted by chaos using magic than we are? I don't think so. But how much harder would it be to keep the common folk in place if magic was rampant amongst them?
I'm going to speak back to her in Dar,
Yes.
but I have an ambition. I have a keen thought. Now, the Humies, right? They got to be selective. Only the elves can experience the broad expanse of magic, right?
Right.
But if the rumors are true about how halflings came about, a halfling who could do magic might not have the constraints of a human. He might be on par with an elf, or at least tip of the iceberg.
She speaks back. Dream the dreams that you wish to dream, my friend. I dreamed those once when I was a little girl, and how I came to magic is a long, long story that I'd be happy to tell you over wine and dinner sometime. But I am willing to tell you my secrets no matter the case.
Yeah.
I am willing to do it merely for the money and to thumb my nose and give a giant fist up the ass of the guards, if you know what I mean.
Madam, I like the cut of your jib, I do.
Mm. You don't know the cut of my jib, but you may find out soon enough.
Yeah.
There's wine and cheese to be had and stories to be told, I understand.
Yes. So, what I will do is I will write 2 secrets that I think will be useful to you. I will pass them to your new friend over there in the leather shop. It gives you another reason to go back and for your big friend to have a little bit more fun. And he will hold them for you. I won't even tell you what they are. And the less you tell me, the better. Because I'm an old woman, and I know that the witch hunters look at me every now and then. And the less I know, the less I could have to possibly tell them. But I will pass this on to the leather, and all I will tell them is that this is a secret note from me to you. And I will give them the wink, and they will understand, or at least they'll think they understand. So, and it'll be our little secret amongst the 5 of us.
I believe we have an accord, madam. How may I call you?
My name is Madam Griselda.
And I wonder if I should give you my proper name.
Now appearing on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Call me Underfoot.
Underfoot. Very good. Very good. Underfoot and Underhill. That is what I have heard. So, all right. Is there any place else that anybody would like to shop or do anything?
Not
I do want
really.
to check out the carnival when everybody else is through doing stuff.
Okay. As you go outside, everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
Let's see. That is.
It should be in combat. It should be just perception there. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was called something else. No, there's actual perception. There we go. I was thinking of the skill, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Marginal success.
Critical success 1. Yeah.
I find all the noise off-putting.
Okay.
Oh, did mine not roll?
No, I see Steve. I see 2 for Seamus. Why do I see 2 for Seamus?
No,
I see
one was an endurance roll.
I don't
That was
see.
when I had sex with the old lady.
Yep.
And then my perception roll.
Oh, there's yours. Okay.
I mean,
So-
I just re-rolled it because I hit the button. I don't know why I didn't roll the first time. That's why I was like looking up the chain to see like where my thing might have gone.
All right. Lanata and Greyweird are still fatoots from everything that has gone on in the 2 shops and all the sights and smells and getting out and doing the shopping.
Mhm.
But Seamus, your honed ability to find trouble, as well as Damian's ability to be on guard through his martial training, lets you notice that there are a number of people running from the north, and there's screaming going on from the north.
Mm.
Let's head that way.
It would seem there may be trouble. We must be cautious.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourselves where you're going to move at the moment.
We don't know where the noise is coming from.
He
Well,
said north.
So
Okay.
I guess start heading up the street this way.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to move Seamus back just a few bits. So you come running up. All right. Whoa, Seamus is way the hell up there. All right. Go ahead and stop there. So
Okay.
I'm going to zoom you all out. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh, I'm dying. Why aren't you guys helping me? Because you ran 400 feet ahead.
You see that a riot has broken out.
Oh,
And then-
snap.
There are brawling hordes fighting amongst each other all over the place. But Seamus, you ran far ahead of everybody else under one of the bridges that connects various shops and tenements here. You see that there are actually 4 thugs who have surrounded each other and are fighting each other with knives up here as well. But there is all sorts of brawling. Women and children are screaming and going into shops. You actually see the halfling grandmother has been run over by people and is struggling to get back into her shop as people are stampeding, trying to get out of the way. The 3 of you, as seasoned adventurers, people are avoiding you. They can see that you mean trouble, but the whole area is devolving to chaos at the moment. And with that, let's go ahead and get some initiative.
All right.
Okay.
I'd like to help the older
The grandmother, yeah.
lady. Yeah, the
Yeah.
grandmother.
I'll assist in that.
I don't have her on the map, but she is in front of the shop. So if you went down there, I will allow you to help her, of course. So
Like Mike's way up there. Like I'll definitely, because like I definitely want. For one, it's a halfling too. I want to keep good relations with these shopkeepers. I'll drag her out of the street. If you guys want to run on, I'll catch up with y'all.
Okay.
let's sort this down. All right, Lanata, you can go ahead and go first. So you see these people, and I will remind you all that you can pull your punches. So you can hurt people, but you don't have to kill them necessarily. So when you get to 0, you can decide: do you want to try and kill them, or are you just trying to knock them out, or whatever it is you're doing, or you can ignore them. So
Let's see. As far as that guy.
I am only looking for the strong hurting the weak.
okay.
I don't really care who's fighting amongst themselves. I'm looking to defend those who can't defend themselves.
It's funny you should say that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be doing the same thing because they're going to be stupid enough to fight themselves. I don't care, but I don't want them picking on somebody shorter.
Yeah.
Well, right now,
I think we need to look out for the innocents here.
these are all people that are just brawling amongst themselves. There's ruffians, there's merchants fighting, there's just everyday people. It's like Keystone Cops right about now, people fighting amongst each other. So that's what you can see at the moment. You gonna just hold your action at the moment then?
that absolutely cannot be normal behavior for around here.
No.
Yes, like I said, I'll be looking around to see. I want to help those that are defenseless. So if they're beating themselves up, let them.
There are definitely people. I don't have them on the map right now, but there are definitely lots of people who are defenseless. So you could shield people, you can help people inside, you can push brawlers away from people who are trying to get out of the way and stuff like that. So that is definitely
what
an
we're
action.
doing then.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm shielding and helping them get into their shops.
Okay,
Yeah.
Damian.
Aren't the carnival goers or the carnival people nearby?
They're down here.
They're off to right.
They're to the southwest of where you're at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Do they look like they're in trouble?
not at the moment, but there are some people milling about and starting to get agitated down there.
Okay, then I'm just trying to see like who actually needs my help at the moment.
Well, there's definitely the halfling family. There are different members of the halfling family right to your left who are sprawled out. They have been trampled underfoot and are having difficulty getting back into their shops.
Well, they did us a good turn. Yeah, I think I'm honor bound to help them. So we'll go do
there
that.
be any chance listening to Zeppelin while they're trampled underfoot?
No.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Try to help these people back into the building.
Mike, they are screaming. Ah!
Is that because they're all immigrants to this land? Is that what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Do they come from the land of the ice and snow?
No, they don't, because then they'd be chaos. But that's okay. So,
Hey, it is winter time in the Rhineland right now.
yes.
Same thing I was doing before. I'm looking for the weak and defenseless to protect.
All right. Well, there aren't any weak and defenseless. There's just the stupid who are fighting at the moment. So you're gonna let
I'm watching them fight.
Okay. Greyweird.
Yeah, my first task is to drag the grandmother out of the street into the shop.
Okay.
I'm like just cursing. Stupid feckin' big assholes. They just run right over us. No respect for who's under your feet. You bloody blind bastard. You don't give it like all this kind of antipathy that I'm sure like builds up for halflings because of like how they get treated from time to time. We're freaking they're feckin' people too. You shithead.
Meanwhile, over here by Seamus, these four guys stop trying to stab each other and look at you and go, "Look, there's one of the outdoor scum. Get him!" And they all run at you.
Oh,
Do you call them outdoor scum?
Outdoor scum.
Outdoor.
His homeland. Oh man, these
I thought it was from Avalon.
They don't know that. So they're going to try and attack you with their knives. So go ahead and give me. We'll do it one at a time. So they are attacking you with knives. Why don't you go ahead and give me a opposed weapon skill for? Here's this first one. So
Okay. Marginal failure.
and they got a great success.
Impressive success, yes.
So,
damn.
You take What is your toughness bonus? And you've got 1 armor on your left arm. So
Okay. Looks like 6 on the toughness bonus.
all right. They stab at you. They get through the armor, but you have just built up your skin and your muscles through so much that it's only a superficial cut on your left arm. But right away, you were like, "What in the hell is wrong with these fools?" As 3 more guys come at you. So
when he fights, he ripples.
yes. So they are attacking you again. Another guy attacks you. Go ahead. Another opposed check, please.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh, Mike. Oh no.
Now let's
That's
back.
a high long roll.
That's them. Good.
Failure 2. So I failed, but less than you.
Yes, I failed, but you won, so you now have advantage. So
Yeah, you get
Nice.
some momentum
All
going. Yeah.
the second guy comes in. He fails rather badly trying to hit you. You trip over yourself, but in tripping, you knock the knife out of his hand, and he stumbles around on the ground trying to pick it back up like the moron that he is. The third guy comes, seeing you with an opening, thinks that he can attack you, and he attacks you now as well. So go ahead and give me a opposed check,
Okay.
which I fail again.
It's only -1 though. Come on, beat it. Yeah.
Critical success.
Another advantage. This time you are on top of your game. The next guy comes at you, stabbing at you. You grab him and throw him behind you, and he bounces off the barrels before rebounding into where he was, shaken but unable to hit you. While the fourth guy comes in, hoping that he could do some damage now.
I can't even hear shaken without wanting to say, but not stirred.
That was one.
I was thinking it.
I almost said it.
Oh,
He's shaking, but he's not stirred.
go ahead and give me one more.
One more. All right.
Shaken. Ooh.
Oh,
Failure. And 1 less than you.
You
So
have
I
a
lose my advantage.
Yes, you do, and they get an advantage. But he didn't succeed in his attack. So he stabs at you. You're able to barely fend it off as it was coming at your chest, but it has thrown you off guard, and you stumble, and all of you reset, looking at each other warily, ready to do some more fighting. That was a whole lot of nothing for nothing, but hey, it was fun. Meanwhile, the brawling hordes, they are fighting with each other and moving down the street as they go.
Hold on. I could use some help down here.
Yep.
We're kind of busy ourselves.
Meanwhile, behind you, Greyweird, more people start brawling and overturn one of the carts outside of the halfling's shop where the acrobats were performing and helping people buy meat pies. The meat pies spill on the ground, and
Sacrilege.
they're filling coats the street here, making it incredibly slippery. Everybody but the acrobats is falling all over themselves trying to stay up in the street over here as the fighting is going on. It's funny if it wasn't so serious as people are pummeling each other. Meanwhile, up here, Seamus,
What the bloody hell is going on around here?
you hear the following. But
Uh-oh.
first, I'm going to have to go let the dogs in a second.
Doesn't seem natural, whatever.
So
it is.
you let the dogs out.
Yes, I did.
Oh, no.
You see a collection of soldiers, 4 in the guards' uniforms of Ubersreik, the blue and yellow of Ubersreik. But more importantly, they are being led by 5 contingents of Altdarf soldiers wielding Hochland rifles and swords, all of them yelling, "Surrender in the name of the Emperor. All of you who are out of order, out of bounds, and breaking the peace shall be subject to the Emperor's justice. Come on, you Ubersreik dogs, keep up with us."
We're gonna get
Okay.
a massacre on our hands if we don't settle this.
So let me roll some initiative real quick for them.
Wow. That's a great initiative.
Well, you know, it takes a while for an army to get into position, especially when they're like readying guns.
That's fair.
Initiative. Do you know what time it is? It's still early in the morning.
We need some initiative for the acrobats who are now fighting down here as well.
Yeah, those guys would have decent initiative.
And I will reorder everyone. So yes, there are soldiers approaching. There are guards approaching. This thing is getting out of hand now. Lenata.
Seeing that the soldiers are coming, I'm gonna yell at Seamus to disengage. Watch out for the soldiers, and I'm still trying to get the innocents. I'm trying to help the innocents out.
There's still plenty of people. The streets are absolutely crowded. And it's getting more crowded all the time. It's getting actually dangerous as these idiots are blocking up the street fighting. People are being blocked up in the streets, and it's threatening to start stampeding people and actually hurting people. So what you're doing is saving lives at the moment.
Yes.
Damian.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing the same thing, trying to help the halflings out.
Okay.
Because I'm not. Yeah, I really don't want to be seen by anybody, any of these soldiers as being a problem.
Okay. Greyweird.
Okay, once I got Grandma off the street, I'm going to go into a full blind beggar act mode, and I'm going to stagger over here to where the acrobats are fighting some of these people. It's like, what's going on? Oh, God, it sounds awful out here. Somebody help me. Like, I need some help. I don't know what's going on. It sounds terrible. And I want to bump into one of the people attacking the acrobats and try and make him go to sleep.
Okay. Do you want to do it with subtlety, correct?
Yeah, I figure like there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of commotion, there's a lot of chaos going on. I think I can get away with saying some gibberish in the midst of all this.
I will give you a bonus for your skill check to do that. So why don't you give me first give me a stealth check, but any, and we will make it difficulty very easy. So
Let's see, I forget where's the stealth skill at? Is it in combat?
all the way on the left side, towards the bottom on the main page. So
See, gamble, gossip, haggle, intimidation.
it's under ride and then melee. Yep.
Stealth any. Got it.
Yep.
And you said well, that's weird. It didn't.
Yeah, click on the number, not the gear. So, or the word, not the gear. So,
Oh, okay.
and it's very easy difficulty. So,
Very easy. It says SL bonus.
does it give you an option for challenged for very easy? If it's SL bonus, put +4. So,
All right. Yeah, it just had a numerical value.
okay.
Ah, shit balls.
You rolled a 42. You did it add your? It didn't add your SL bonus. So you rolled a marginal failure, but you had an SL bonus of 4, so that's 3. So that is a success. So you are able to successfully sneak up to this person and do gibberish. No problem. No one's paying any attention to you. Go ahead and make your language magic check.
Language magic. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, fuck sticks.
You roll up and you try and speak, and you find yourself completely tongue-tied. You are barely able to keep the magic in check. So impressive is your failure to speak the magic that Griselda can hear screaming in pain and all the way across the street.
She is never going to give me another spell again.
Or maybe she realizes you really need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how that was your first thought.
Seamus, you are up.
Want to know more
I didn't
magic?
realize I was muted.
Sorry.
As the soldiers are approaching, I am not going to defy the Emperor because I'm not a retard. So I'm going to go ahead and unless it's a matter of I'm defending myself because these guys are still attacking me, I'm going to surrender.
They don't look like they're preparing to surrender anytime soon. So
You could disengage
well-
and get away from them.
All right. It just seems stupid to defy orders from the Emperor.
I agree.
Well, yeah, run for it, man. Just
Yeah.
don't.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and disengage then, and I guess I will come back down. I will go south.
Okay.
And hold on, let me see what my movement was again. I think it's 18 or 16.
You,
What is it?
you should be 4, 8, 16, correct? And 32.
Yeah, so I can go 16, right?
Right.
All right, so
That's so much faster than me. I'm just a little man.
that puts me right here.
Okay. So you push one into the other, break away, dodge under a half-hearted swing, and take off, getting yourself down to where there are a bunch of people brawling down here. So, meanwhile, the acrobats have managed to maintain their feet and are moving this direction away from the brawling horde as the brawling horde continues moving towards where you are, Greyward. These acrobats, Greyward, give me a perception check, please.
Alrighty. Let's see what we get here.
Is my coffee pot too loud?
Nah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I was thinking
It'll
maybe it
be
was like
done in a minute.
your house.
That's right. It
It
sounds
has
like
a-
the soldiers clacking down the street.
I was thinking like either that or like, popcorn.
All right, a
Ah.
0 level failure.
You don't notice. You notice that the acrobats aren't particularly panicked, which seems unusual to you, but that is all you notice.
All right.
Hold on, Cookie. Stop. Jesus, it's not like you're gonna die being outside. These guys are actually now fighting normal people and accusing everybody of being Altdorf instigators. And
But
then
these-
these soldiers
These
come
are
over.
all people. Does it seem to me like they're all people, like if they appear to be locals, but they're all accusing each other of being Altdorf and instigators?
Yeah. These soldiers all come here, line up, draw their rifles, level them at these guys, and fire off shots, killing all 4 of these ruffians, plus 2 civilians behind them.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I'm definitely a regular kind of dwarf.
Yeah.
And you don't know where these guards, these Ubersreik guards, went to at the moment. But they are moving.
All right.
Wheels of justice are moving. They're moving.
Yes, they are. All right. Let me go let the dog in because she's going to die having to be outside in the
The
fresh air.
dog and
That
go.
was Christopher Walken and Ripper, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
In which movie?
It was actually a video game that Walken did for FMV. So
Oh,
he's hilarious. He's hilarious in that thing. It's
As
like a
a general
cyberpunk mystery. Yeah.
I'm
I didn't
not
know
going to get
Any
video game
voiceover for video
references.
games. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a weak spot for me.
Yep.
I don't know very much about video games at all. The last time I bought a video game, it was for a PS3.
Yeah. This was before that.
I remember Marilyn Manson playing playing an alien in some video game, but I don't remember which one it was. I do like the Destroy All Humans video game because they have the alien Crypto talking like Jack Nicholson.
That's great.
You know,
These humans, I'm gonna have to anal probe the lot of them.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson actually has a very bland, normal sounding name. His name is
Yeah.
Brian Warner.
Yeah, it's not very cool.
Yeah, I can see why he changed his name. Yeah.
They used to have this rule where you had to pick your first name had to be the name of a celebrity, and the last name had to be the name of a serial killer, and so that's how everybody chose their names.
Oh, and like what his band or
Yeah, in Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids.
huh? That's kind of cool.
I apologize. I need to go. My dog, I think she broke her leg.
Oh no!
One of the dogs is limping really bad. I need to take care of her.
Okay.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah.
I'm very sorry.
That's all right. Let me take us out.
Totally understandable.
All right.